What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Insight. Aljamain Sterling absolutely snapped at Dana White and the UFC after they decided to give Diego Lopes an immediate rematch, with Alex Volkanovski jumping the line and skipping over Aljo and the rest of the true contenders. Sterling didn't hold back. He said the reason the UFC became the #1 MMA promotion in the world was because they always let the best fight the best, but right now, he says it feels like everything is turning into a popularity contest instead of a merit-based sport, and Aljo isn't just campaigning for himself. He pointed out that multiple contenders have put in real work, stacked real wins, and actually earned their positions, while Diego is getting rewarded more off hype than accomplishments. But Diego Lopes fired right back. He clapped back on social media, saying that fighters who sit around complaining online are exactly the reason they're not getting title shots. He highlighted how active he's been, how many risks he's taken, and contrasted that with Movsar Evloev's long layoff and Lauren Murphy's slower activity. In his mind, momentum matters, and he has it. The funniest twist? Just a few months ago in September, Lopes himself said that Lauren Murphy should be the next challenger for Volkanovski. Now he's the one stepping into that spot, and the entire division is arguing about it.
Get what they're trying to do. They're trying to get us a champion that could represent Mexico and pretty much Brazil too. It's just, what is the criteria? That is all I want to know. I just want something that when we come into this sport, because I'm now 36, I got into this sport when I was 24, and merit used to mean something for the most part. The UFC used to be the organization, the best fights the best. Now it's, are you the most popular guy? Because if you're the most popular guy and you can fight just a little bit, we'll throw you in there. As long as you can fight a little bit and beat some of the best guys or beat some favorable matchups that people might know, but it's enough for you to get a highlight win, we'll put you in that spot. And hopefully, if you're lucky, we cash out. I mean, I get the business model of it, but as the athlete, guys, I get the business model of it. If it was a close fight, I can get it. But for the most part, it was pretty much a
MMA Junkie's Mike Bohn just jumped on Josh Thompson's podcast and dropped some very interesting details about what he's hearing regarding the upcoming White House card. According to Bohn, the UFC is considering a super small, super premium lineup, possibly just 5 fights total, no filler, no warm-ups. Every single bout would be a massive name, a headline level matchup, the kind of lineup you'd normally only see across an entire PPV year. And yes, Bohn even floated Ilia Topuria's name as a potential option, since El Matador is targeting a mid-2026 return. Nothing confirmed, but the UFC clearly wants star power for this historic event. Meanwhile, the lightweight division has been absolute chaos this week. Just hours after Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett was officially announced for the interim title, Justin reacted on Instagram, and he seems fully locked in despite the massive backlash from fans saying Paddy didn't deserve the shot. Gaethje called Paddy the perfect dance partner, saying the timing, the spotlight, and the whole new UFC Paramount era make this the type of fight where he can remind the world why he's one of the most violent, must-watch fighters of this generation. And he's right, the fight is a guaranteed banger, but the frustration from fans is real. People are upset that merit is being ignored, and that Arman Tsarukyan might end up sitting out a full year without getting a title opportunity. The lightweight division is stacked, but it's getting messy fast.
They're going to try to do Conor versus Michael Chandler as the main event. If for some reason Conor is unavailable or unreliable or whatever, I could see a scenario where they pick up the phone and call John Jones and say, hey buddy, come through. But the one thing I did hear, not reporting as fact or anything, I heard there might only be 6 fights on this White House card. So if that's the case, then there's certainly going to be, a very limited level of entry there. But yeah, I could see them doing Conor and maybe like a Kayla Harrison title fight or something like that. I don't think it's going to be Conor, John Jones, Ilia versus Islam, Kayla Harrison, like 4 title fights, all this stuff. I think if you can get Conor there in the cage versus Chandler, a few other high profile fights, I think you say we've done our job here.
Yep. No, I said what it is. It's going to be ROI. What's my return on investment? Conor's going to sell all the same seats and tickets that John Jones would sell or anybody else. Yeah. I also think that you have to have Kayla Harrison on this card.
Dana White is reportedly pulling out every stop imaginable to bring Khabib Nurmagomedov back to the octagon, and the numbers being talked about are absolutely insane. Multiple Russian outlets are claiming that Saudi businessmen are ready to bankroll Khabib's return, offering a figure that no UFC fighter has ever touched. The reported number, $100 million for one fight. Yes, you heard that right. $100 million for a single appearance at the historic White House card. And it gets even crazier. According to these same reports, US President Donald Trump is fully supporting the idea, saying Khabib is still the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world despite being retired for years. The White House angle transforms the whole situation from a comeback fight into a global spectacle. Now add in the Saudi factor. Dana is reportedly working behind the scenes with major Saudi figures to make this happen, though it's still unclear whether his new partner, Turki Alalshik, is involved in the negotiations. If true, this would be the biggest fighter payday in UFC history by miles, and the most ambitious pull Dana White has ever attempted.
Хаба получает щедрые, я даже скажу, очень и очень щедрые предложения от арабских шейхов, которые готовы напечатать хоть миллиарды долларов, лишь бы вернуть Хабиба в октагон. Некоторые фанаты Хабиба не приняли еще такую реальность, что они не увидят орла снова в бою. Они готовы платить баснословные деньги, и поверьте, Дэйна Уайт только на их стороне. Готовы заплатить Хабибу $100 миллионов за его возвращение, чтобы увидеть противостояние Хабиба с новым чемпионом. Дональд Трамп высказался про Хабиба Нурмагомедова и признал нашего Хабиба лучшим бойцом во всем мире. Все дело в том, что недавно состоялась встреча Дана Уайта и Дональда Трампа. И вот Дональд Трамп заявил: будет невероятный бой. Мы все будем обязательно это смотреть. Самого лучшего бойца в мире, вне зависимости от веса.
Khabib has repeatedly turned down returns for years, but Dana is likely thinking this offer might finally be the one to pull him out of retirement. Trump even called out Khabib, specifically saying he wants to be able to fight the new champion. That raises questions though. Who exactly is this new champion, and is the plan for Khabib to fight at lightweight? No official details yet, but one thing is certain, the UFC is aiming for a spectacle unlike anything seen before. Paddy Pimblett just broke his silence on the Justin Gaethje matchup in a brand new UFC Europe promo, and he didn't hold back. Paddy said that the second he beats Justin, fans will immediately flip the script, claiming Gaethje was old, past his prime, or already on the way out. But what really shocked people is the roadmap Paddy laid out for 2026. First, he says he's taking the interim lightweight belt from Justin in January. Next, he plans to unify against Ilia Topuria by mid-year. And after that, he wants Arman Tsarukyan, promising Arman will get the exact same treatment. Paddy is leaning fully into the mayhem, calling out the entire top of the division one by one. Fans are split. Some love the confidence, the energy, and the chaos he's bringing. The promo has been everywhere since it dropped, but the backlash is loud too. Critics, including Aljamain Sterling, as we covered earlier, are calling the booking a joke and even urging fans to boycott the fight, saying Paddy hasn't earned this spot. Regardless, Paddy Pimblett has cranked the volume to max. Interim belt in January, Topuria in the summer, Tsarukyan right after. If his plan actually plays out, 2026 could end up being the biggest year of his entire career.
First ever time I'm going to have fought in January, the earliest I've ever fought. It's going to ruin my Christmas dinner and my birthday because I'm 31 like 3 weeks before it. But it's all going to be worth it when I lift that real title above my head and Paddy the Baddy is a world champion. And 2026 is going to be the biggest year of my life. I am coming for that interim title. Then I'll be making it the undisputed title when I come and beat Ilia Topuria up and take the undisputed title. And then little posh boy, if he manages to fight in that time, because he likes sitting out and saying he's got a sore back, if little posh boy fights in that time and keeps his ranking, I'll punch his head in as well.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to MMA Analysts and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.